Welcome back to MTG Stories. This time, we continue the journey of Tovolar, Dire Overlord. After he summoned the Dire Pack to the snow-covered forest, the pack set out to find Arlen, the pack's hope, as well as the primal adversary, hoping to gather all the power they can get. With news of the Volderans and the Planeswalkers' new alliance, the pack gets desperate. War was amidst. It's been many moons since the pack set out from the snow-covered forest. After months of searching, Tovolar decided to split the pack in two, hoping to find more success. As his group searched for the Planeswalker's last known location, he sent the second group toward the snow-covered mountains. The leader of this group was the werewolf pack leader, along with two naturalists, as well as the hound tamer. "Be wary in these parts," said the werewolf pack leader. "Not everything is as it seems, and not all werewolves are to be trusted." The naturalist wondered, what could the pack leader have meant? Was he speaking of the festival? He could not be sure. There was no way to know if the pack leader even knew of those events. As they approached the snow-covered mountains, the werewolf pack leader, after months of tracking, realized they themselves were being tracked. On the second day of the 5th month, Arlen appeared. It seems she'd been following the pack for weeks. As the sun rose on that day, the naturalist entered the battlefield, still wary, thinking of the pack leader's warnings. Enemies were approaching. Before he knew it, he was standing face to face with another Kessig naturalist who bore a striking resemblance to himself. They could have even been from the same pack. Not all werewolves can be trusted, he thought. Not willing to take any chances, thinking this had to be some sort of trap set by the enemy to make him face a mirror of himself, he instantly cast magic, Frostbite, destroying the enemy naturalist immediately before going on the attack. Another Kessig naturalist entered the battlefield, but this one was truly from his pack. He felt comfort knowing that. They both stared down the enemy, and then the reckless Stormseeker entered the battlefield, a powerful, rare werewolf. He made haste, powering himself up, attacking at once. Both naturalists avoided the attack. Arlen watched from afar. She realized the naturalists were losing their wits. This had to be the dominance of another powerful werewolf. Was it the Stormseeker? She thought no. This had to be something more. The two naturalists went on a crazed attack, gathering power. The hound tamer entered the battlefield, attempting to calm the naturalist. Before he could do so, one of them misfired their magic, casting the wrong spell, failing to destroy the enemy. Arlen thought it may have been a mistake to let the pack handle this on their own. If they had any hope to survive, she must do something. Before she could finish her thought, the enemy instantly destroyed the hound tamer, Carthatic Pyre. Flames were everywhere, turning the tamer into ash. The reckless Stormseeker then leapt onto the naturalist, devouring him, leaving nothing left, before powering up, going on a reckless assault. The remaining naturalist then retaliated on a frantic attack. Arlen decided it was enough. It was time for her to take control of the pack. She entered the battlefield, summoning two wolves to her side. As she looked into the forest, there was a silence for a moment, and then she saw it, the legendary artifact vehicle, Essekai's chariot, the bane of every plane's existence. It entered the battlefield with two enormous cats alongside it. They had to be as large as the wolves she summoned. Arlen then ordered the pack to wait out the day and watch the enemy closely. The skies are clear. There should be a full moon tonight, she said.
Patience, my kid.
As the full moon rose from beyond the clouds, the werewolves transformed at once. Arlen turned into the moon's fury as they howled at the enemy. The enemy then prepared the vehicle for battle. And then, as the moon's fury stood under the moonlight, wondering what the enemy would do next, the primal adversary appeared, powering itself up, bringing along with it another powerful wolf. That beast has to be the cause of the disturbance between the naturalists, she thought to herself as she prepared for battle. As the storm-charged slasher gave the werewolf even more power, the werewolf pack leader entered the battlefield in a flash, hoping to defend the planeswalker. The enemy went on a vicious assault, trying to eliminate Arlen. The werewolf pack leader clashed with the chariot. Arlen's two wolves sacrificed themselves to defend the moon's fury. The werewolf pack leader looked at Arlen. Tovolar was right. He said that beast would show itself the moment you made your appearance. Arlen glared at the pack leader with an evil look.
Did you say Tovolar? I should have known.
Then, suddenly, someone used magic to destroy one of the remaining packs. As the pack turned around, it was Tovolar, Dire Overlord. He entered the battlefield, transforming immediately into the Midnight Scourge. Arlen the Moon's Fury roared as she leapt into the battlefield herself. All of the werewolves attacked the enemies at once. The storm-charged slasher clashed with the Lord of the Overlord, destroying him, but not before he could lend power to the Midnight Scourge. Tovolar then destroyed the storm-charged slasher, brawling amidst the raging blizzard, bringing victory to the pack. Arlen turned toward the Dire pack leader.
You have some nerve showing your face in front of me, Tovolar.
Finally meeting up with Arlen, the Dire pack leader and the pack's hope quarreled for weeks over their differences, over the past. With so much history between the two, will they be able to put the pack first? Given the upcoming wars and the circumstances at hand, they may not have a choice. What future lies ahead for the Dire pack? We shall have to wait and see. Thanks for tuning in.